Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Edge Cases podcast with me, Frankie, and
Derek on the mic.
And today we are keeping it short. So we're going to talk about how we use AI in our workflow and our hot take about designers as usual. And we're going to do a product spotlight. So before we get started, we're going to talk about what we've been up to, just give you a rundown of what our lives has been like. So Derek, tell us something new that has gone on in your life.
I'm trying to be a founder. Yeah, we can't make money just from 9 to 5. So I started by building components. So what components that is a Chrome extension. What component does is it scrapes your website and then gives you colors, buttons, typography, everything that's got to do with your design tokens that are on the website. It picks gradients, videos, background images, anything that you think it's on the website is going to pick it for you. So I built it because I was having trouble going through the inspect mode of website.
That thing is horrible.
Yeah, just to take components. And I figured this is something I could build. So I built it in one weekend. I posted it on Twitter, people liked it, and then I built the full version. Right, and that's why the name is component.lol, because I didn't think it would ever go out. So it was for me. Yeah. That's why I did the LOL. But it's stuck. So you can go to components.lol in your browser and it takes you straight to the Chrome store. Yeah. What about you?
Apart from Cleave, I'm sure that on the previous season, I used to talk about Cleave and everything that we used to say. So there's Cleave, and the only new thing, or the only two new things, is I finally have a portfolio. It's just not out there yet, but I have a working portfolio just, to show my thinking, how I go about my work and all that. I've been putting it off since the beginning of this year. Yeah. And Derek used to always be on my neck to get my portfolio done. And I am happy I have like a V1 of my portfolio because, everyone says you should treat your portfolio like a product. Yeah. So what I have is like a V1 of it, bare bones, just put out my work. So as time goes on, I'll be polishing, I'll be adding, it will be like a small space of me, right? So anything that adds onto my identity as a designer, as somebody who is exploring things, it's going to be housed there. So I'm excited for that one.
I think one day we should talk about portfolio.
I'm noting that down.
That would be a very nice topic to talk about.
I'm noting that down.
Yeah.
I'm noting that down.
Because the portfolio is basically a sales pitch.
Yes. People just treat it like, I'm noting that down. Okay. Another thing I've been up to is I have a TikTok account where I share...
dance challenges?
No, please. I don't dance. I have a TikTok now where I basically talk about tiny UX details in the apps used on a day-to-day basis. So we use a countless number of apps, right? And then there are so many things we can learn from it, so many things that have been applied, so many things we can pick up and then use in our day-to-day designs as designers, right? And I don't know if other people are doing it, maybe they're doing it their own way, but then I used to struggle to find content like that. So I'm like, okay, let me just add on to the few that are doing it. So I do that. The first one I spoke about was a WhatsApp feature that I found it was nice, but then the experience I thought was wrong. Days, when you swipe up in your group, you're calling the group. I'm like, yo, why? It's a nice thing. The whole experience is, but then that experience in there, that feature in that gesture was off for me. That was the first video. The second one was, I forgot what the second one was, and it's the third one. So just check me. Glass. Yeah. Oh, you're following me, so you know.
I'm going to block you after this.
So yes, I was talking about liquid glass. I shared my sentiments, and I also shared how I think people were confusing accessibility with legibility, right? But it's all part of it. But then, yeah. And then I also spoke about Spotify. They have their music menu. When you drag up, it's a whole monstrous list. But I spoke about how you could, they could clean that up in a very low effort way, I think. Yeah. So follow me on just__ Frankie with V's at the end. So JUST__
It will be in the description.
So those are like the three major things that I have been up to. You've mentioned one, components of low. Any other thing?
Snack Shack. I have a business with my lovely girlfriend. Yeah, so it's Snack Shack. We have fruit juices, small chops like spring rolls, croissant, anything that's a snack. We do events. We do
get-togethers.
Yeah, anything.
Where one or more people are gathered, called Snack Shack.
Yeah, Snack Shack is there. So, yeah, and we take orders too. So it's not just the events. If you need anything snack related, just hit me up or follow us at Snack Shack on everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I'm building a directory of Ghanaian creatives. It's called Ghanaians Who Design. And I've begun testing it with a couple of people. I have about 29 people currently on the directory.
Including me.
Including Franklina. So I'm testing a couple of stuff. Once it's good to go, I make it public, and then we can have a proper directory of designers. Because I felt we didn't really have anything like that to house all the designers. Not that we are organizing events, but just a place where we know that you can go search for a designer and say, hey, I want to work with you. I want to collaborate with you and all that, right? So that's the reason behind Ghanaians Who Design. And who knows, it might go
beyond
design and touch other skill sets or industries. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to.
So tell us what you listening have been up to yourself. Who knows, you can meet your lovely boyfriend or girlfriend. That's
Heat. Shout outs to Colleen. So Franklina, how do you normally, maybe a better question is, do you use AI in your workflow?
Yes. I would be crazy to not use AI. Who wants to work hard?
Wow. Please say it again. Your boss is listening. Please say it again.
Who wants to work hard? Who wants to work hard when AI helps you work smarter? Yeah. Right.
But what do you normally use it for?
I use it a lot. I use it for copy.
Okay.
I use it to generate copy for with the works I'm doing. So I give it as much context as I can. I make it give me variations of copy. Yeah. So I want to say this, give me 10 ways to say this. Okay, make it sound like a layperson. Okay, make it sound like my mom is reading it. Okay, make it sound like a business who has no tech, who's not tech savvy, right? So that's one way I use AI in my work. I use it to also think about products in general. So Cleave, for instance, I have a Cleave room, right? A chat that I've named the Cleave room. I even have a different chat called Marketing for Cleave, right? So I just go in there and then ask questions. Okay, so if I wanted to think about marketing for Cleave, how do I go about it? Then I'll tell it to ask me questions. That way I'm being pushed to think about. I don't leave the thinking to AI, right? Yeah. I'm being pushed to think about the product for myself. So, okay, ask me questions like, okay, I give it a context. Like, okay, we are designing or one user group for Cleave are designers. How would I market to a designer?
Yeah.
Or one user group is a PM. How do I market to a PM? Yeah. Okay, give me tactical ways of doing this. Okay, give me a roadmap. Like, I just allow it or it helps me to think broadly about anything I'm building. So this is not limited to Cleave. Yeah. This is it extends to ideas I'm thinking about. Maybe I have an idea. I had an idea once about a book reading club, right? And I just needed to bounce off ideas with someone. AI was there, so I just told AI the thing, and then I told it to give me what it would take for me to get that done. And then I asked it that, okay, looking at everything that I do, can I pull this off, right? So it just helps me to think about a product, right? Okay, let me just end here and ask you. I'll come back because I use it for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So what do you use AI for?
Product thinking, like doing audits. So I've used it for a couple of UX audits where I was trying to build a journaling app.
Okay.
And then I had a couple of products that were doing similar thing. Okay. So I was trying to do an audit of what they do, like the UX of it.
How do you do that? Do you take, or you just ask their question?
I feed it with the screenshots of the different products.
Okay.
And then I already did some competitor analysis of those products.
Okay.
And I needed to do a bit more. So I just put all that information I had from the competitor analysis I fed it into Gemini. And then I started asking it more questions, like drilling down into how some of the ways I could do things better than A, B, and C based on the analysis I've done of the products in the past. Right. So that's one way I use it. I use also to break down documentation. So say I have some documentation that the PM brings, I go through it myself, but then I just feed it, I upload it into the chat, and then I start asking it more questions. Right. That helps a lot in understanding a lot of edge cases, a lot of places where you have to handle errors, a lot of places that the users might have difficulty in completing. Right. You can ask it a lot of those questions and it will give you some idea. It's not accurate every time.
Yeah.
But then it gives you an idea of the direction to go in, and it helps a lot of time. Yeah.
So before we continue, you use Gemini. You mentioned Gemini. Which other ones do you use? Or have you used?
Gemini is usually my go-to.
Do you use it for a specific thing? Because people say maybe ChatGPT is good for market, like stuff like that. So do you have one you go to for something in particular?
No, I found a lot of it's just your prompting.
Okay.
It's just your prompting, because if you prompt any model well, it's going to give you a good response.
So like garbage in, garbage out.
Yes. So if you don't prompt, you just tell it to build you an app that can buy Kobe in Kaswa.
It will give
you exact that. But then it's not going to be as good as somebody who writes a 500-word prompt.
Okay.
Right. It's not going to be. I found that if you use bullets in your prompt, it helps a lot. If you give the AI steps. So 1, build an app to do this. 2, add a login screen. Let the users enter name, password.
Taking notes.
3, this, right? So if you are specific in your prompt and you are a bit more detailed in your prompt, it gives you better response, right? So even though there are some models that are much better in capabilities than others, I feel a lot of various sites in the prompting, right? So Gemini, I use Whisk for image generation. Okay. That's also a Google product. If I want to learn, last time I posted it on Twitter, I use NotebookLM for learning. So I upload the materials and then I generate a podcast on it. And then it has an interactive mode where you can join the podcast conversation and then ask questions and then they respond to you. It's pretty cool. I use that for learning. What else? Keza. I use Keza a lot for coding. It's really cool. I don't have to think about a lot of...
I remember you tried helping me by Charlie. I should probably get back to it because...
You need to. It's pretty cool. So you handle the main parts, the important logic. And then
I handle it.
I mean, if you are using it to build, you handle the important parts and then you can tell it to... you can tell it generate copy for you, or you can tell it to add another input field here or validate the data that is being collected.
The building, the structure.
Yeah.
That's where I think I'm lacking.
But I have to start from somewhere. If you don't start, you won't get anywhere.
I totally understand that. So let's go back to what we use AI for. Yeah. So you said you said one for auditing.
Yeah, let me add one more. Granola.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that to me.
Yes, Granola is very good with helping you stay focused in meetings. So when I get distracted and then I forget where I am.
Trick yourself.
Yeah, so I use Granola so that I don't have to take notes in the moment. Well, I take notes of things that are very important. Like, let's say there's an idea that I really like, I note it down. But then Granola, once you join a meeting, Granola doesn't join the meeting though. It records the meeting from outside, right? And then at the end of the meeting, it gives you the transcript and it gives you minutes based on the transcript. So now at the end of the meeting, you can just take a look at the minute and then you see the key things that were discussed. And it has helped me a lot because now I stay focused during the meeting instead of quickly writing things down.
Yeah.
And I can listen exactly to what the person is saying without thinking of noting
things down.
Exactly. That's another way I use AI. Yeah.
Okay. For me, another way I use AI is to play devil's advocate in my design. So I design something, critique it for me. You are a seasoned designer. You know, I'm not very good with my prompts because I hate typing.
You can let AI generate a prompt for you.
Okay, I should try that. I should try that. So yes, I tell it to critique my design. So you're a product designer with a good amount of experience. The designer you are managing has brought you work. Now critique it, point out the loopholes. So doing that, helps me think through the idea, the design even more. So that's one thing. And I use AI to build out my ideas these days. At first I wouldn't say scared, but I was a bit reluctant, hesitant in trying. I don't know why, because I thought I needed some sort of technical skills to pull that off. But then I tried with, what did I even try with? I tried with something random and I was quite pleased with the outcome.
Yeah.
So then I moved to try Lovable, and that's what I used to build 10 Unfiltered. The whole thing was 10 Unfiltered. I know I used a million prompts, but then I have a working MVP of that one. It works well. So if you haven't checked out, I'm sure I've posted it on my Twitter somewhere. You can check it out. So I use that to build out my ideas these days. So there's 10 Unfiltered. There's OofPad. I've not said anything about it. It's something I'm still experimenting with. It's pretty much just a place where you type and then it will just save the thing as an image, because I see people posting thoughts in their notes app, right? And they take a screenshot, or they will have an ads board where they've typed out something and they save it as an image and then post it. So I was just looking for a very quick way. You just go and dump your thing there and then you save it as an image and then you can share. So that was what I've been experimenting with. And there's this thing that I'm also trying with Figma Make. It's a new player in the game. It has its good and bad times, because this thing I'm building, quite funny. It's Figma Make that has pulled out the best results, right? I same prompt I give to Lovable, I give to V0, I give to Figma Make, and Figma Make did it well on the first try.
It was luck.
It wasn't luck. Okay, maybe you could call it luck. But then it did very well that I'm sticking to Figma Make with this particular project. And it has had its ups and downs. Like, I tell you to do A, then it goes to rewrite Z. Like, but yeah, so that I use all of these. I'm not hesitant anymore to try getting my ideas out as fast as I can.
Yeah.
So I use Lovable V0. I can waste all my credits in one day, then I'll come the following day and continue. I even paid 1 month for Lovable because of 10 Unfiltered, and it was a good thing. After that, then I moved to VS Code to go and use Copilots there. That's free, so that has also helped. So I'm using that to learn the development sphere a bit more, right? So yeah, and then the last thing I use AI for is, if I don't know anything about tech, I just go and ask. Like recently, the Trump, right? He introduced some policies or some bills like that in the US, and then it had something to do with the tech space. So I just asked, I use ChatGPT for most of my thinking. So I just asked it to tell me what it was, then explain it to me like I'm 5, then give me implications to the tech space, to designers, to developers, like all of that. So if I don't know anything, Joel talks about curiosity, like leaning into our curiosity. And for me, that has been, if I don't know anything, before I ask anyone, I go and ask ChatGPT first. What is this? Explain like I'm 5. Like for real. Yeah. Then after they explain like I'm 5, I go further. Explain like I'm a college student.
Oh, wow.
Right? Or explain to me like my mom. Because I really want to understand the foundation of the thing, right? So that is how I use AI in this context.
I did something similar with the 2025 budget of the finance minister. So once they finish the budget and they release their PDF or the entire speech, I put that into NotebookLM, and then I asked it to explain to me like the implications, all the and it's really cool. It's shortened the time it would take me to learn.
To read the entire thing, right?
Yeah, because there were lots of things in it that normally I wouldn't understand because that's not my field. But then it explained a lot of all that was inside, and I understood what the budget was. I understood the ideas that were being pushed. I understood what the government stance was. And now if I needed to do something that's not saying that I'm in government, but if I needed to do something that was affected by the budget, I would have a better understanding of how to do my work.
Yeah.
Right. So with AI, and would you think with all of this, AI can take your job?
No. If anything, like I said, it makes me work smarter. I just have to keep finding. Maybe the only bottleneck is how to use it in a smart way, right? Because all of these things, some people share how they use AI in their workflows, and then you adapt it. But then what if no one is sharing? You have to find ways of fitting it into your workflow. You have to be curious enough as, okay, AI can now do this, this, and this, and that, right? How do I use it for myself? If you are not able to find out those things and you are not exploring, and then it's able to do something way better than you, then of course it will take your job. But then if you are curious, if you are keeping up, if you are trying, if you are learning, if you are staying abreast, you would be one step ahead of its capabilities in involving it or including it in your workflow, right? Do you think it will take your job?
Oh, no. I mean, if you want to take, let it come and take.
You do snack shack.
I'll do snack shack. But I don't think that AI will take anyone's job. At least not the people who are really good at their job, right? If you are in a place where everything can be automated, you need to add something to your skill that's not necessarily be automated, right? So if you're at a place where AI can't take your job, then you need to ask yourself, what more can I bring? What more can I bring to the table that AI will not be able to? Because the thing that is lacking in AI is the human connection.
Yeah. And so what's that human thing you're going to bring to the table?
What's that human thing? AI cannot get a meeting with stakeholders and then get them to agree on one thing. AI cannot do that. You know how stakeholders are. AI is not going to be able to do that. So now, when you agree that that's cool, get better at that. Generating ideas. AI can generate a lot of ideas.
In seconds.
But then AI cannot validate them with your users. You are the one going to do that. Right? So in as much as AI can do a lot of things, there are a lot of other things that it can't do. And you now have to maximize your impact in that side, because AI can only do so much. AI cannot go and talk to your users. AI cannot do proper sentiment analysis of like your user's speech. Let's say your user is saying something sarcastically, and then you are recording it, and then you analyze with AI. You're not going to feel that sarcasm in what they're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll say, was the experience good? Then they shake their head no, but then they say yes. AI is not going to catch that. Good. Yeah. But then it's a human that's going to understand that. Right? So there's still a whole lot of things that AI cannot do. So I don't think AI is coming for anybody's job, apart from maybe the data entry people.
So they should be aware.
Yes.
They should level up.
But, well, they too can also use AI.
Yeah, well. I have a question. So I don't know if you've noticed how some people, right? How do I say this? How some people do not like the way others leave their thinking to AI. Yeah. As in, for instance, if you are a writer, right, and then you decide to leave your writing to AI, so get me a blog post about so and so, and then it churns that out, and then you just copy and paste it. What are your thoughts on that? Like, at what point do we come in as people using AI, or even as designers using AI?
You need to be responsible when you're in the usage of AI. You need to be responsible. Being responsible does not just mean being careful with company information, but looking at the outputs before you copy and paste it. The people who apply to jobs and then in the description you see, you after they finish typing everything, you say,
do you want me
to add this? And then you know that this thing is AI.
Yeah. I don't know how people. Well,
people are not responsible. People do not even check the outputs before using it.
Like I won't lie. AI has something to do with my writing. But then what I do is I write the thing. So the way I write is I write like I'm saying what I want to say. You know, there's written English and there's spoken English. Yeah. So I write like I'm speaking, right? And then I feel like it's not professional, but then it's unpolished, right? So I give it to AI to take what I have written and then just let it sound a bit more written, like actually written, right? So that's how I use AI. I don't say I want to write about Derek wearing black today. Then it just churns that out and then I copy and paste it.
That's what people do.
So I think that's what, and people are able to read through that. Like people are able to.
It's very easy. It's very easy. And I don't even think being easy is not even about people using the M dash and then delve and no, like
AI has a way it sounds.
Once you read it, you would know that this, like Akwe, this Abrofi, this person does not speak this English.
So I said that if I'm going to
of course. Because you have only heard you speak PG and today you are writing Shakespeare English. No, this is AI. And it's not, we are not saying that it is bad to use AI for your writing. But then you need to make sure that there's the human components to what you're doing. You can't write a cover letter in this robotic and you expect to
pass.
You expect to pass through and get to the next stage. Or you write a statement of purpose to your university and then they bounce you and you are saying, this is what they are wicked. But then you know deep down in your heart, this thing that you wrote, it was AI.
I think we have to find, it goes back to what I was saying, that you need to find how to add AI to your work. Like
seamlessly.
Yeah, you can. If you leave AI to do the work, everyone can tell.
Yes.
Like right now, it's like the way everyone knows red is red or blue is blue. That's how we all know what AI looks like or sounds like when output of it is put out there. So if you're using AI, you just have to, like Derek said, be responsible about it. Try to add your flair to it and explore with it. Right? I'm sure a lot of people are still here. They've not tried Lovable. As in, they've seen it.
Yeah.
They've heard of it. They've not tried it. I wonder what is stopping them.
Well,
and it's free. Like you have 7 credits or 7 prompts a day.
Yeah.
You can do something.
Just try it out.
Yeah.
Not that you become an expert if you don't want to, but then try it out just to see what is happening in the ecosystem. That helps you like know what is coming and get you ready for things.
I was listening to a podcast earlier today and
Why are you listening to another podcast?
Because we don't talk about what they're talking about. Anyway, I was listening to another podcast today and then what they were talking about, that segment was pretty much about how designers can use AI in their workflow, right?
Yeah.
They are saying this is the time, or even he was saying if he heard a designer saying they don't do something or they can't do something, it just tells them that you are lazy. Or you can't work in their environment because they work with people who try things. They work with people who work fast. So if you are somebody who uses AI, like prototype fast, it means you get the ideas out there very quickly and then you know. So how you keep up with AI says a lot about you. Because people watch, right? People are watching. If everyone right now knows Derek is a designer who dabbles in development, and the only way they know that is because he does it and he puts it out there. Maybe somebody will have a fair idea that I use Lovable because I've used it and I've put it out there. So if they want to try something with Lovable, guess who they'll come to me because I have tried something, I've put it out there. I have some sort of leverage in there. So then I have a voice in it, right? But then if you don't, somebody who is looking at hiring somebody who has tried Lovable won't come to you because You are not using it. Like if they want somebody who has tried any AI, if I don't come to you because you don't use it and you don't show anyone that you use it. Right. So I think as designers, like we have to use the thing that they say is coming for our jobs.
Yeah.
How do you keep yourself up to date, or how do you protect yourself against the thing that is like attacking you if you don't know it? It's ins and outs, right? So I think it has come to stay. Whether you like it or not.
Well, it's here. So just
whether you like it, it's only going to get better.
Just try it and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Just try, even if you are against it, just try it, see what's happening, and then you can better prepare yourself.
You can form an opinion on it.
Yeah.
You can't make an opinion on something you have zero knowledge about.
True. That's true.
Why don't you like AI? Nothing.
Because I don't like it.
I don't like it. I've not used it before. You should be very shy saying that. So create a free lovable V0 Figma make account. Just try.
All of them.
Just try. Okay, so I think this is my favorite part of our episodes, our hot takes, because then we are able to talk about things that people can't talk about with their chest. So we will talk about it for them.
Oh, wow.
So on today's hot take, right? The question is, does the number of years make you a senior designer? Because, people put out there, I've been a designer for 10 years, 8 years, 6 years, even 2 years. Does that make you a senior designer if you attach that title to how long you've been designing?
No.
Explain with examples and diagrams.
Yeah. I mean, your experience is not only a sum of the total number of years that you've been working, right? Your experience includes your exposure, how many things you've worked on, how much impact you've made,
who you've worked with.
All of that counts in your experience. So I don't think your number of years exclusively makes you like a senior designer or a junior designer. Right? People have worked at, I would argue, somebody who has worked at, say, Apple.
For a year.
Has a lot more experience than somebody working at Kaswa for 5 years. Maybe, because exposure counts a lot. Exposure affects your taste. Exposure affects your thinking. And if you are in an environment where the thinking is very high level, the thinking is very productive, the thinking is very good, it's challenging, you tend to learn a lot more than being in an isolated place or being in a place where you're not learning anything. So your 10 years in the desert somewhere, building a product that only 2 people use, right? It's not going to be this. That experience is not going to be the same as somebody who has, let's say, 2 years, but has been working on a product that 100 million users have been using. That person has a lot more exposure. That person has been thrown deep down into the trenches, even in that just 2 years. Maybe so. What you might have over the person is gray hair, right? But then the person has that exposure. The person has been designing, has been iterating, has been exposed to different levels of users, different UX, designing for million users, 2 million.
Different sorts of feedback.
A lot of things. Right. So I don't think so. And I think people should chill when it comes to that.
Question. Who is fit to give you that title? Like, how do people come up with, I'm a senior designer, I'm a junior designer, I'm a... Who gets to give that title?
Yeah. The King of England calls you to England and then puts the sword on your shoulder and then say... I declare thee senior. Well, I mean, the easiest way to answer this question is the company you are in.
Yeah.
If they say that you are worthy of the title senior designer, then you are in a way a senior designer.
Is that in the scope of the company? Or?
Yes, the scope of just that company.
So those outside, they are designers, but then when they go to work, they are senior designers.
I've seen multiple times where people who are lead designers, senior designers, leave Ghana or Nigeria and they go and are normal designers in other companies. Some are even design interns, even though they were lead designers in their own countries. So are you saying they should go there and become lead or senior? No.
Maybe that's the reason why I've never put out my role as anyone asks,
a role
I'm a
as
product
what?
designer. Anyone asks,
A role as what?
My role as a UX design manager. I've been that since the beginning of this year, but then I really don't say that. I'm a product designer. Like that is my work, right? I only have this title because yes, my company thinks I do well enough and I can do all that. So the title is just a title. It's like a Mrs. or a Miss.
Yeah, it's within that context. It's within that context because the way company A will measure your growth is different from the way company B does it. Maybe company A, your boss likes Wachi and every morning you buy Wachi for him or her. So now you see that, this guy, he needs promotion. So boom, senior. But then in some other places, you need to work your ass off and then make impact before you are even given associate, not even senior.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, the company or wherever you work has that, I don't want the word to be right, but they have that freedom to give you that. But then also we need to keep in mind that the title does not come with skill sets.
I think people let allow that eat into their heads.
Yes, a lot.
So they think if you're a senior designer at work, then you're a senior designer everywhere.
No. Yes, it's not. It's at your work. Once you close at 5 p.m.
You're a product designer.
You are
or you're a UX designer.
Once you close at 5 p.m., it ends there because no one else recognizes it outside that. No, sorry. No one recognizes that tag outside your company. Everybody sees you as a designer.
Yeah.
It's the impact you make. There are some people who are not even senior designers in their company, but then people outside have seen the impact they make in the community, in their life, and they refer to them as senior designers, even though in their company they are but they are
just
normal, they are just designer, right? So it's a matter of impact and not some people also place their title on themselves.
Like, how do you do that? How do you look at your skill and go like, oh, right now I think I've reached, or maybe I've spent 3 years in the industry, so I'm a senior designer?
I mean, maybe they also looking at it as gray hair. Once they see gray hair, then boom, senior.
Because I've seen a number of people, right? They say they are senior designers, but they are not with any company. I'm not saying you shouldn't call yourself a senior.
Don't go through the corners.
Okay, this is a hot take, right? I think it should be bestowed on you.
Yes.
Right? Because as soon as you carry it over your head, you are giving us permission to look at you in a different lens, such that if the work you're producing, if the post you are making, the comment you are making does not tally with a 5-year-old or does not tally with a senior product designer, we can question you.
So basically, if you're a freelancer, you can't be a senior designer in quotes, because who gave you that title?
Me, I give you the title.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that to a large extent, because what institution certified that on you as a freelancer?
All right, good question.
Right, because come to think of it, a lot of the time that people get that title is from their company. Even though another company might not acknowledge that and then give you another position, it's still given by an institution.
Yeah, the company is that institution.
Yes. So now, and it's not something that you go to school and read and then they say, oh, you've graduated as a senior.
Like the way you finish when you're a doctor and then you go up. Yeah.
Good. So now, as a freelancer, is there even a space for you to be in quote a senior or a lead? Unless of course you start your own company and then you give yourself that.
It's only, I don't know if it's a sad thing, but then it's only in spaces where there's no sort of structure that all of these things are right. You see, like if you are in medical school, when you go to medical school and you are done, there's a body that will confer a title on you.
Yeah.
You can't wake up and say today you are a doctor of surgeon or
Good.
You can't. Like how you have to prove it with documents and years of experience and all that, where you've worked and all that, or what kind of procedures you've done. But then in design, you only need to maybe have worked 3 years or have some, I don't know. I don't know. Usually it's just taste. Right now it's taste for a long time now. It just has been taste that qualifies you to be a...
I feel that word can't be used too much.
What?
Taste.
Another episode. I'm noting that down.
I feel it's a word designers are here to create exclusivity. But one day we'll talk about it.
I'm noting that down for you. Right, yeah. So please, if you are conferring titles on yourself, make sure you live up to it, or
don't be in a hurry. Like we normally do, we take a locally made product and talk about in our product spotlights, right? Just to give props to people who are building awesome stuff in the ecosystem. And today it's the time of Golly Express. Yeah, so recently Golly Express has become quite popular online, especially Twitter, because of the service that they render, right? So imagine you want to buy something from Amazon, but then you know the shipping is quite expensive when you are buying directly from Amazon. So Golly Express steps into that space and it helps you ship things directly to their warehouse, and then they ship it to Ghana for you or whatever country that you are in Africa. Right. So Golly Express has been around for some time and is built by Solomon. Solomon is a very cool friend and mobile developer. And yeah, if you want to ship anything from appliances to
anything
toys,
at all.
to
I bought ducks.
Tables. Yeah, she bought live ducks.
I didn't buy live ducks.
You want to ship anything on Amazon, Shein, whatever, just check Golly Express on Twitter and then download the app and then they'll sort you out.
Easy car.
Easy. So we'd like to hear from you. We'd like to hear your thoughts on the hot take, right? Do the number of years make you a senior designer? Who has the right to call you a senior designer? Can you confer the title on yourself? Right. This applies to all other roles too.
Yeah.
Do you just get up one day and it's like, God has revealed to me that I'm a senior dev. So now I'll update my LinkedIn. So let us know your thoughts. Thank you for leaving a review. Thank you for leaving a like. Thank you for commenting. And frankly, do you have any last words?
No, catch us on the next episode.
Bye.